Episode 4 of Get Grounded with Whit and Violet. We are here live with you for dinner prep tonight. We are going to be I'm going to be talking about how you can master plant-based salad dressings without oil and making them delicious and replicating some favorites that you might have. Over the years, I have recreated a ton of family favorite dressings that people really struggle to get off of. And the issue with store-bought dressings is that they are full of refined oils, they are full of junk food. Do we have a little bit? Is it crooked?
Yeah.
Oh. Is it? No, it should be fine. That's weird. Are you guys seeing me this way or sideways?
Ask him to engage.
Let me know. Okay, so anyways, Neil's gonna play around and see what's up. Alright, so we are going to so the problem with store-bought salad dressings is that they are, I think we should restart. Because, we
Everyone's
have to.
good. They're commenting.
Okay. We're good? Okay. If I'm crooked, I'm sorry. So, again, third time. The problem with...
Everyone's saying we're good now.
Okay. Thanks, Neil. With store-bought salad dressings is they usually have a really cheap oil as the base, so soybean, canola, which are usually GMO, which are highly, highly refined and not good for you, and that is what like 80% of the oil is made up of, or of the dressing is made up of. So when you're making this nice healthy salad with all of these delicious healthy vegetables and then dumping a bunch of fatty, refined oil dressing on top, it kind of defeats the purpose of eating a salad in the first place. So when you can make a healthy, whole food version of a dressing, then you're not going to have any issues. Hey baby, what's up? You going to help me? So today I'm just going to talk about kind of how you can concoct your own dressing at home and get really good at making a different dressing for yourself. So what I like to do is I get whatever fresh ingredients I have for my salad. So today this is my salad plate that I eat every night. So I have a head of romaine lettuce, a big nice head chopped up and washed. And then I have an organic cucumber, some organic carrots, an organic red pepper, organic celery, obviously everything's organic, I don't have to say it every time, and a beet. So that's gonna be what my salad toppings are. You can also get creative. You can add, if you want something more hearty and heavy and you're not wanting 100% raw food salad. Do you want down or what do you want? You want to go see your dad? So I can talk to these nice people? No? You just want to hang out? Okay. So you can add like cooked quinoa, or you can add cooked sweet potatoes or roasted veggies, or fruit slices, nuts and seeds, herbs, whatever you want. So I use whatever I have, and then I choose my dressing kind of based on that, because sometimes, like I find with this type of ingredients, I really like an almond buttery based dressing, where sometimes in the summertime I tend to lean more towards a dressing like this with a mango, an orange, and basil, and that blended up, so the orange with all the pulp and or not the rind, but all the pulp in the inside, the mango and basil blended in a magic bullet is such a good, delicious, fat-free dressing that is really healthy for you and really flavorful. So that's one that I tend to go to quite often when I have the ingredients. What do you want? That's to make our dressing in. Yeah. And so what we're going to do today is make my dressing to go on my salad. So the trick to salad dressings are that especially if you're used to store-bought dressings, these are kind of the components that you're going to want to put in a homemade dressing to make it flavorful and taste good. So, are you ready to go down? See you later. So what I like to do is always put a fat if you're wanting something that's gonna like make a meal out of it. I tend to avoid oils, again, because they're quite refined. So I like to go for whole fat. So I have raw almond butter here. Also raw tahini are my two go-tos for a base in my dressing. So I'll add a little bit of raw tahini in the container of a Magic Bullet. I usually blend my dressings. So another fat option that I often use is hemp seeds, because when blended, it makes a really creamy, delicious consistency. So I have a Caesar dressing, a taco dressing, a balsamic dressing that are all in hemp seed bases that are so delicious and so like satisfying. You'll never miss any other type of dressing once you try those ones. So that's a common go-to for mine as well. I'll put a couple tablespoons of hemp seeds in the base, and it makes it delicious. So we're gonna also add some almond butter today. So this is our fat component, and then the next component that you're gonna want to add is an acidic base. So something with some acidity. So I like to do oranges or lemons. You could do balsamic vinegar, apple cider vinegar. I tend to occasionally do vinegars. I don't find that I love vinegar that much, so I tend to do just fresh fruit. But lemon, lime, orange are really good options for an acidic base in your dressing. So we need an acid, and then you also need a sweetener. So the sweetness will really help elevate the dressing and make it satisfying as well. So I'm whiny. What do you need? We already have something in there, but you can have this carrot. Yeah. So I tend to go for pure maple syrup as a sweetener a lot of the time, but you can use whatever you want. A little bit of coconut sugar, a little bit of, what else would be a good one? Some people use stevia. I'm not a huge fan of stevia. Neil, what else could you use as a sweetener in dressing? Or just like orange. Dates sugar is a really good one, thank you. I really like to add dates. So I find when I'm doing the Magic Bullet that it doesn't blend dates super well unless they're well soaked. So I usually just go for maple syrup because it's quick and easy, and I really love maple flavor, especially with almond butter. So you want to have a fat, an acid, a sweetener, and then something a little bit salty or some seasoning. So you can do a little bit of sea salt. You can do, I have this little dressing here from Organic Matters. It has Himalayan pink salt, black pepper, garlic, onion, chili flakes, coriander, cinnamon, raw cane sugar, oregano, and smoked paprika. It's a barbecue spice. So I just wanted to give you an example, something like that. It's all organic. This is a local company to where we live in Nelson. And you could add a little mix like that. So the thing I love about homemade dressings is that you can play to your needs and your flavors that you enjoy. So if you like extra sweet, you can make it sweeter. If you like it really savory, you can play around to find something that really works for you. So like I said, we have awesome Caesar dressings that I get reviews about them all the time, that people make it, it's in their weekly recipe lineup of the Caesar dressing, and that one is hemp seeds and chickpea miso and I think a little bit of olive oil and lemon. It's a pretty simple dressing as well. Garlic. How's your thing? Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of also talk about how to make salads interesting too, because I know that's something a lot of people struggle with, is feeling like salads get redundant and boring. So I find that having different tools to have different textures and variety in your salad is key to succeed. So would you maybe be able to take it? So I like to spiralize cucumber, and that's something that I really do. So this is a quick little easy spiralizer, which I use because it's really easy to clean and easy to do. So I like to spiralize my cucumber. There's a thick version and a thin version. I'll do thin. I did thick last night. And all I do is spiralize this whole cucumber. Into my plate. I won't bore you with that, but so it makes like little cucumber noodles. So instead of just having chopped up cucumber, which can get boring and kind of blah, then it gives you something a little bit of a different texture. I like to shred carrot and beet on it. So what I'll do is I have this little nifty shredder, which I really like. It makes them quite like hearty versus grating them. So I'll shred a carrot, try not to cut my fingers off. And so that makes this really nice texture for carrots and beets. And then I'll thinly slice some celery, and that adds a nice salty component. What else do I like to do? So you can get really creative and have a lot of variety in your salads with just fruits and veggies. I also like to add some raisins or goji berries once in a while. Herbs are so good added to salad. Tonight I'm going to add basil to my salad, so I'll just chiffonade some leaves into my salad, and that will be a really nice element to that. So it's, using what's in season is really important for flavor and for freshness. Winter can get pretty boring with salads because, as we know, in Canada, there's not a ton of fresh veggies and fruits that are, definitely none that are local. So, unless they're greenhouse grown. So what I like to do is just do the best I can with what I can find and what looks the freshest. And then dressings are key, because if you have a nice, delicious dressing, then your salad's gonna be a lot more enjoyable. So I like to have at least one salad a day. It's part of my fun for kind of thing, which is the lemon water, green juice, green smoothie, and green salad. That's the base of what I think a healthy fundamental diet should be. So I like to have one big salad a day, which includes one head of lettuce and then one cucumber. This is all for myself. This is what I eat for dinner. And it really keeps your digestive system healthy, it keeps your skin healthy, and it's just such a healthy aspect to have in your diet. So the last thing with my dressing, I'm going to add a little bit of mustard. So I have a Dijon mustard here, and having that instead of the salt is really good. I find it rounds it out really good. And then, like I said, squeeze some lemon in the dressing, and you could add a little cayenne pepper or even hot sauce if you like that. That makes this dressing really good. But it's learning and getting comfortable in the kitchen, and that's the biggest struggle people have when they first start this lifestyle, is they get nervous about messing things up. And the thing I love so much about Whole Foods is that you can just throw things together, and the more confident you get, the better they turn out. But if you're new to this and you don't feel confident like I do to just toss things into a blender bowl and mix it up and hope for the best, is I do have the Vibrant Living Cleanse coming out. It starts on Monday. We have a salad a day in there with all homemade dressings that take under 2 minutes to make, and they're delicious and they're tested and the recipes are already done for you, so you just have to follow along and give it a try. So I really like to follow both. Sometimes I like to follow my own recipes, like the taco salad dressing or one of those, because they're so perfected that you don't want to sway from that recipe because it's so good. Or you can just wing it like this once in a while, like I typically do, and have a dressing that way. Really? What do you think about dressings? Violet doesn't eat salads yet, like with greens, because she doesn't have any teeth. Well, you have 2 teeth, right? And yeah, I think that's really what I want to share. Does anybody have any questions about Neil? Have you seen anything pop up in the feed that I can address?
No questions.
No questions. So the key thing is to have a nice healthy fat component to your dressing, and instead of using refined oils or cheap junk foods, you want to stick with whole plant healthy raw fats. So tahini, raw almond butter, hemp seeds, Chia is okay, but I find it doesn't make a great texture. I find hemp is definitely the best for a seed to go into a dressing. So I'm just gonna stay on live with you guys and finish making this, and if you guys have any questions, if you need anything, you let me know. But I'll show you the finished product. I don't have anywhere to be. So if you want to pop in and out, you're welcome to stick around and hang out with me, ask me any questions. If you're curious about the Vibrant Living Cleanse, feel free to ask questions about that now. So I just sliced up some basil to put on my salad, and I'm going to slice up my celery, not my celery. Another really important thing to have when you're making salads is a sharp knife. If you don't have a good sharp knife that you're using, it's going to be way harder and slower of a process to make a yummy salad. So I like to have a knife sharpener that I sharpen my knife every once a week, and it makes such a difference in making these recipes. Alright, so we will keep spiralizing this. So I really do find that once you get into the habit of eating a salad a day, you really miss it if you don't have it. So what I said earlier is if this is intimidating you to eat, like this is what my family of 6 growing up would have eaten as a side dish with our big meat and potato meal, and now it's what I eat as a meal without the meat and potatoes. So that can be intimidating at first. So what I recommend is just start with where you're at. Add a salad to your meal, and then start to make it the base of your meal and add components to it as a side dish. And over time you'll be really happy with just eating salad at least a few times a week. You don't have to do it every day, but it definitely, having one big salad a day is really important for our health. So I have a couple other spiralizers I can show you guys. I'm going to be giving away a little gift basket at the end of the Vibrant Living Cleanse with a bunch of kitchen gadgets that I like. So I'll give away, I haven't decided what's going to go in it yet, but things that I use every day that I want people to experience as well. So it'll probably have one of these little guys because I use it every day, a spiralizer, likely a magic bullet. I use this spiralizer less frequently because it's kind of a pain in the butt to clean, but if I'm doing large amounts of like zucchini pasta or something, I'll use this, or we make sweet potato fries and stuff like that with it. I have spiralizer, which is an angel hair spiralizer, and it just makes really fine noodles, so I like that one once in a while. But I'm going to be giving away these tools in a little gift basket. I'm also going to be giving away an Organic Matters gift pack with a bunch of ingredients that I use from Organic Matters, and I'm going to be giving away a 1-year Inner Circle membership, which is super awesome to have 1-year access to me as your nutritionist and a group of really awesome people where we post daily. We're super active in that group, and we have monthly calls, and we have a ton of resources for you in a membership page and all of that. So I'll be sharing more about that in the Vibrant Living Cleanse, which you can sign up for. I think I have the link where you're watching. But the Vibrant Living Cleanse has 5 days of recipes, 5 days of support, 5 days of inspirational videos, and 5 days of awesomeness. It's so much fun. So all you have to do is sign up, and then you get access to everything. And all the recipes are made from scratch. They don't take long to make. It's definitely helpful to do some prep, because with a whole food lifestyle, one of the struggles that takes a while, there goes my light. One of the struggles that takes a while to kind of balance for a lot of people is the prep and dishes, and just making sure that you're in a flow with that type of thing. Because if you're making every meal from scratch, you can get a room full of dishes pretty quickly. So I love plant-based food because I can just rinse, like I don't have to wash this and scrub it and get all the bacteria off it because it's just carrots. So I just rinse it under the sink and let it air dry, and that's the dishes. So with these salads, it's really easy cleanup, but it can make some dishes if you're making a lot of cooked foods and that type of thing. So it's important to have the right mindset with health and with remembering why you eat healthy in the first place and how good it makes you feel and how worth it is to eat this way. Like what I find is we make leftovers. So last night I made Neil, you can show them in the thing. Last night I made Neil a veggie curry, and tonight he's having it for leftovers tonight, and I'm having my salad, and he'll have a salad as well to go with that, and then we're good for dinner. So we don't really have any dishes besides the pot that we reheated the curry up. So we don't use a microwave. We just always reheat things in our stainless steel pots and pans, and that's also a really important health note. Are we all done? So I'm just gonna whip up this dressing. I've been avoiding it because I have to squeeze the lemons, and I don't have a lemon squeezer other than my huge stainless steel one, so I will do it by hand. I need to get a little handheld one. Alright, so do some lemons. I always add some water to my dressings to help them blend and so they go a little bit further. And then I pour them over my salad and enjoy. It takes me 45 minutes-ish to eat a salad this size. And I don't find that I get super full from them. Over the years, it's been a buildup. I didn't used to eat salads this large, but when I went to a more fruit-based diet where I eat a lot of smoothies and juices and fruits and lower fat foods, I find that the volume of these water content foods, my stomach stretched a little bit so it can retain and hold all of this volume, but it's not fattening or bad for you because it's fiber and your body learns how to handle that. So when you're eating really small, compact, refined, unhealthy foods, your stomach's going to be pretty small and shrunken, and once you start adding all these water-containing foods, it's going to take a little while for your body to adjust to the different volume that you're eating, because it's mainly fiber and water and nutrients and not a ton of density. So it's a big adjustment. It also, you have to adjust the feeling of full, because when you eat a really fatty meal, you'll feel bogged down and heavy. When you eat a salad like this, you'll feel really light and full, but it'll be a completely different experience. So it takes some time to adjust to all of these changes when you switch to a plant-based diet. But it's so worth it because you have energy all day long. I have a almost 1-year-old, and I've never had a cup of coffee with breastfeeding her and having sleepless nights, and I still am able to get up and make my green juice and my smoothie and have the energy to get through my day because of this food, right? So it's a commitment to swapping out and having green juice instead of coffee, and making homemade salad dressing instead of buying store-bought stuff. It's just a transition, and once you get there, it becomes second nature. And making dressing from scratch is like a blink of an eye. It's so simple and so easy. So I got my lemon juice. I'm going to add a little drizzle of maple syrup. And a little bit of water, and then blend that up. Alright. So I'm just going to whiz this in the magic bullet behind me. Can't get the lid on. It's hard to do this with you. I think it got bent. There we go. I did. Okay, here we go. Can you see it? Or no? I can't go any further. my dressing. I just blend it up and it makes it nice and creamy and thick. If you let it sit for a little while, it'll thicken up, and you can pour it over your salad, or if you have leftover, you can just put it in the fridge and then use it as a veggie dip the next day, or you can thin it out with a little bit of water and use it as a leftover dressing. They usually get better as they sit. So I'm gonna go enjoy this big giant salad. Would you like anything from there? Yeah, some peppers. And Violet's gonna enjoy her dinner, which we haven't decided what you're gonna have yet. Probably cucumber, peas, peppers. Anything else you want? So make sure you go sign up for the Vibrant Living Cleanse. Try all our recipes. Join us for the week. Have some fun with me. I'll be there making the recipes too. You have daily support. Don't be intimidated by making things from scratch. It takes no time at all. I do it with a busy baby, and you know, once you get into the habit, it's really easy. This 5 days is going to help you find your groove and help you eat healthy recipes and help you feel better. So you just got to do it, sign up, and and let's do it. It's going to be awesome. Anyways, we're off to feed the dogs and eat our meal, and we will see you next week. Bye, guys.